What's up, raiders? Welcome back to another quest completion guide video for ARC raiders. Doing one of these for every single one of the quests in the game, hopefully helping you to do these fast, efficiently, and of course solo if you need to. Now the mission that we're looking at today is called Into the Fray, and it's given to us by Shani, and this is fairly straightforward, at least in its request. We've seen something similar to this with a Rocketeer before, but basically the mission wants you to destroy a Leaper and then to loot the unique item that spawns on Leapers, which is a Leaper Pulse unit. So destroy a Leaper and then basically extract with a Leaper Pulse unit. So the point is also that if you've prior actually obtained a Leaper Pulse unit and this is actually in your inventory, your stash, then the second step of this mission will already be completed and you'll only need to kill a Leaper and then basically just distract, and then you can basically get it done. Now where do you get a Leaper so that you can murder them? Now almost all the maps have access to Leapers. Some have an easier time for you to get into a position where you can fight them than others. But for me, the most straightforward by far is Damn Battlegrounds. Or at the very least, at the time when I was recording this and looking to make some footage, it kind of was, but at the same time, Leapers were very popular that time for the trials for that week. So of course, then if a Leaper is one of the targets of the trial for the week, then just prepare yourself for a little bit of difficulty in actually locating Leapers. However, using Damn Battlegrounds, which is the map that I suggest that you do this on, pretty much you can look at the map over here, and the Red Lakes area over here usually has one Leaper that kind of like patrols in a circle around there. You can kind of like see if he's there because obviously he makes a lot of noise, but also you can often see flyers that are escorting him and flying around. So if you get a high enough position, you can look down into Red Lakes and you can see if something's there. The other thing also that you have the water control extraction over here to the left, and generally speaking, there's sometimes a Leaper that also babysits that extraction. So oftentimes when you come here to extract, he's kind of like milling around in a circle around the extract. So that's another possible place that you can find yourself a Leaper. And then last but not least, actually the footage right now should show where I did the one for my specific quest, and that was actually the breach. So just moving from Red Lakes over into the swamp area, I encountered a Leaper as he was also sort of like crossing over that middle area, and that one tends to sort of like patrol a little bit down into the swamp area. So those are the three areas that I kind of like searched. The first time when I went in, there were no Leapers to be seen. The second time I joined in the map, I found the one in the breach and basically killed him. Now, how to kill a Leaper? Out of most of the, let's say, more difficult arc, a Leaper is the weakest in terms of like survivability for themselves. So you only have to deal less damage to it than, for example, a Bastion or something like a Rocketeer, but nonetheless they can be quite hectic because they'll of course try to jump on you and then basically blow you up with that AoE that they can spawn. However, something like a Hull Cracker can make fast work on this, or you can find yourself a position where the Leaper cannot get into you and you can kind of like just stand in a tunnel or behind a door or shoot him through a window or something like that. That's of course also something that works very well. Grenades work exceptionally well, so that's of course something that you can also employ. And then of course Wolfpack, which is what, if I remember correctly from the footage, that's what I ended up using. I think so. But these make super short work of Leapers as well. So there's a lot of different ways to basically get to the point here, but you can kill the Leaper, and as soon as you've done that, that's step 1 of 2 done. And then of course, just if you don't have a Leaper Pulse unit yet, then just search the Leaper and you'll be able to find, I think, from the core itself, so the middle piece of the Leaper, you'll be able to find the Leaper Pulse unit, and then once you have that, you can extract, and then the mission is done and dusted. Be sure to throw that into your safe pocket just in case some nastiness approaches you on the way to the extraction. But that's it. As soon as you get back to Speranza, that's done. That means that the video is also done. Thanks for all the support. Appreciate it. Go ahead and throw a sub my way if you enjoy content like this. Other than that, I'll see you next video, and as always, fucking cheers.